Hello, everyone. The biggest news today, without a doubt, is the capture of the gunman who assassinated Charlie Kirk. Surrounding his identity, family background, education, and political leanings, a flood of information has emerged. The right wing claims he's a far left radical, while the left insists he's a far right extremist. It's turned into an absolute mess of finger pointing. So, who exactly is this gunman? What are his true political inclinations? And how did his arrest unfold? Today, we're going to systematically break it all down. It's September 12th on the East Coast, and I'm Tang Jingyuan. Welcome to the Jingyuan Talks channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Together, we'll use an objective lens, logic, and common sense to unearth the truth behind the headlines. The gunman's capture. During an interview on Friday morning with Fox and Friends at the cable giant's Manhattan studio, President Trump stated, "I'm highly confident we've got him." He mentioned hearing the news just minutes before his 8 a.m. slot. The president added, "Someone very close to him turned him in," revealing that the suspect's father, Matt, relayed the tip through a pastor involved in law enforcement. Trump continued, "I hope he's found guilty. I hope he gets the death penalty. Charlie Kirk is a good man. He didn't deserve this." Trump didn't name the suspect, but the New York Post broke the story first, confirming the gunman's name as Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old student at Utah State University. According to a press conference today by Utah Governor Cox, authorities arrested Robinson at 10 p.m. last night, 33 hours after Kirk's shooting. Robinson was turned in by his own family. The sequence was nothing short of dramatic. Surveillance photos weren't crystal clear, and the video footage was blurry, but Robinson's father spotted him from the grainy images authorities released on Thursday, based solely on a subtle tilt of the head. It's eerily similar to how the Boston Marathon bombing was cracked. The gunman's father, Matt Robinson, is a local county sheriff with 22 years in law enforcement. He later recalled a family dinner a few days earlier, where Robinson ranted to relatives about Charlie Kirk coming to town. "We don't like him. He's spreading hate." The venom in his tone left a lasting impression. Sources say that when Robinson returned home, his father confronted him. When asked point-blank if he'd pulled the trigger, Robinson confessed to the horrific shooting but initially refused to turn himself into authorities. Sources further report that he told his father he'd rather die by suicide, prompting the elder Robinson to convince his son to speak with their youth pastor, who also happens to be an officer in the U.S. Marshal Service's Fugitive Task Force. In the end, this principled father persuaded his son to surrender voluntarily. On the night of September 11th, he notified the county sheriff's office, his own department. Officers arrived, questioned Tyler's roommate, whether a sibling or college housemate remains unclear, and the roommate spilled details of their Discord conversations. Plans to retrieve a rifle dumped in the woods, engraving on shell casings, and more. The evidence was ironclad, confirming they'd nabbed a real perpetrator. Tyler's family background. Tyler is a Utah native, living in a $600,000 six-bedroom home in Washington County, Utah, 260 miles south of the Orem crime scene. On paper, this young man's resume shines. A Utah State University student on a presidential scholarship, high IQ, near-perfect ACT score of 34 out of 36, full marks in reading, functions, statistics, and probability, 100% in data analysis, model evaluation, comprehension, structure analysis, and information integration in science and reading sections. Top 1% in the U.S., yet he dropped out after just one semester. The reason for his departure is still unknown. Currently, Tyler Robinson is a third-year electrical apprentice at Dixie Tech in St. George, Utah. His mother, Amber, works at an organization supporting people with disabilities. He has two younger brothers. Social media is filled with wholesome family vacation snaps, beaming smiles, and celebrations of his college acceptance. A quintessential white middle-class family. State records show no prior criminal history for Robinson. Voter records indicate he's a registered voter but unaffiliated with any party. He's listed as an inactive voter, meaning no recent votes and no response to emails from the county clerk's office. His parents, however, are registered Republicans. His mother quickly scrubbed Facebook photos showing Robinson and his brother in Halloween costumes that eerily mocked Trump. A family member told investigators that Robinson had become increasingly political in recent years, with particularly vicious attacks on Kirk. Tyler Robinson is reportedly a Mormon. Kirk once said half his team were Mormons. Mormons are great people. I'm an evangelical Christian, but I'm not one of those who hates Mormons. Yet, shortly after Kirk's praise for the faith, Robinson fired the fatal shot. I'm shocked, of course, but it's really confusing and disappointing, said 41-year-old Jesse Riley, a nearby resident. I've lived here 13 years, Riley added. This community is very conservative, very patriotic. A viral image shows a young man in Democratic Socialists of America gear speaking at a rally, claimed to be Robinson, but most now dismiss it as someone else. According to CBS News, Tyler Robinson was a member of multiple Antifa Discord groups. Case details. Investigators reviewed footage confirming Robinson arrived at Utah Valley University campus around 8:29 a.m. on the day of the shooting, Wednesday local time, driving a gray Dodge Challenger. Governor Cox said Robinson wore a plain chestnut t-shirt, light shorts, a black cap with a white logo, and light shoes. He changed clothes on the rooftop before firing, then switched back afterward. The governor noted that when agents encountered Robinson, he was dressed identically to the shooting scene. Investigators scoured instant messages and social media on Discord, where Robinson posted in group chats shown to them by his roommate. The content included needing to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in bushes, visual confirmation of the stash site, wrapping the rifle in a towel, engraving unique markings on bullets and the gun, mentions of changing clothes. Governor Cox said these came from someone named Tyler, shared with an unidentified contact. A Discord spokesperson later confirmed the company deleted Robinson-related accounts and would continue coordinating with law enforcement. The fired shell casings bore the inscription, "Notices bulges, oh whoa, what's this?" Unfired casings were etched with, "Hey fascist," catch, plus an upward arrow, a rightward arrow, and 3 downward arrows, possibly referencing controller movements in the video game Doom Eternal to deploy bombs. 3 more unfired casings veered into the surreal, "Oh Bella Ciao," a direct nod to the anti-fascist anthem Goodbye Beautiful, if you read this you are gay LMAO, a juvenile joke etched into ammo, and the "Oh whoa" meme, originating from internet culture and furry communities, evoking a cute, curious, or mocking surprise, like a cat's blink and head tilt. The full phrase, "Notices bulges, oh whoa, what's this?" stems from a 2013 meme, laced with playful provocation. In this context, it aligns as anti-fascist or political satire, echoing other casings like "Hey fascist." Robinson is currently held in a local Utah County jail, facing multiple charges, including double murder. He hasn't spoken to investigators. His initial court appearance is scheduled for Tuesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Did Robinson act alone? Governor Cox's stance. He appears to have acted solo, but the probe is ongoing as many questions linger. What's his firearms background? The weapon was imported. Rumors swirl of foreign ties. Is there truth to it? What was his real motive? Just viewing Charlie Kirk as a fascist? Plenty in the Trump orbit get labeled fascists. Why target Kirk for elimination? Has he systematically voiced political views before? Photos show Robinson attending gun shows since childhood, posing with weapons, indicating familiarity. Trump declared, "My administration will find every person responsible for this atrocity and other acts of political violence, including organizations that fund and support them." This suggests the assassination may not be straightforward. We'll need to watch closely, as many details remain under wraps and questions unanswered. Analysis. 1. Robinson's planning was meticulous, changing on the rooftop to evade recognition, fleeing 260 miles home undetected. Without his father's tip or aid in evasion, he could have bolted abroad by now. Whatever the father's politics, he upheld the ethical line for law enforcement. 2. What's the root of Robinson's hatred for Charlie Kirk? It boils down to fascism tied to Antifa involvement. But where did this view of Kirk and Trump as fascists originate? Family influence or university indoctrination? A high school friend called him the family's sole leftist. Per The Guardian, another said, Robinson was pretty left-leaning on everything, the only real leftist in the family. His family are die-hard Republicans, the friend noted. Robinson's politics turned extreme in his sophomore year. 3. His political leanings are the hot-button issue now. Fake photos surfaced of him in a Trump t-shirt to paint him far-right, but the source image is just him in a plain shirt. The image shows 3 side-by-side photos of a young man in a cap and jeans, posing casually. Left in a red, Trump Make America Great Again t-shirt with American flags. Center in a blue, Kamala Harris 2024 t-shirt with flags. Right in a plain maroon button-up. These appear manipulated to falsely attribute varied political affiliations. Antifa is a far-left outfit, and demonizing conservative figures as fascists is core to that ideology. Robinson's anti-fascist motive for killing Kirk defies any far-right explanation.